Let's build a high vibe community together. Now let's get into it. These, the 7 portals of alchemy. Unlocking hidden power. If you're watching this, pay attention. This isn't for just anyone. Not everyone is ready for what's coming next. Alchemy has never revealed itself to those who weren't prepared. It has always been hidden in plain sight, disguised in symbols, metaphors, and coded texts that only the truly awakened could decipher. But why so much mystery? Why has this knowledge been veiled for centuries? The answer is simple, because it can't be given to just anyone. Since ancient times, the great masters knew that alchemy wasn't just about transforming metals. It was about transforming the self. It was a dangerous path for those who tried to access it unprepared. The truth doesn't come without consequences, and those who dared to touch sacred knowledge without being ready were consumed by the very fire meant to transmute them. And now I ask you, do you feel that fire burning inside you? That is the first sign. The call of alchemy isn't random. It finds those who are already prepared to see beyond the illusion, those who no longer accept living on autopilot, running in the same cycles, trapped by the same limitations. If this knowledge has found you now, it's not by chance. But before we continue, there's something you need to understand. Nothing in your life happened by accident. The pain, the challenges, the repetitions, everything was part of a test, an unconscious process of refinement. Just like raw metal must be burned in fire to become gold, your soul has gone through experiences that have prepared you for this moment. Now we've reached the point that defines everything. Are you ready to step through the portal? Because there's no turning back after this. What you are about to discover may forever change the way you see the world, but only those who are truly ready will be able to understand. If you feel this is your moment, come with me. The journey begins now. The first portal, the death of the old self, Negredo, chaos and dissolution. The first portal is the hardest. Most people back out before even taking the first step because crossing it means dying. Not physically, but in an even deeper way. It means letting go of everything you believe yourself to be. Your name, your story, your certainties, your beliefs, everything must crumble so that something new can be born. This is the beginning of true alchemy, and this phase has a name. Negredo, chaos, dissolution. The moment when everything impure must be burned away, because you can't build a new identity on rotten foundations. If you feel like your life is falling apart, like nothing makes sense, like old wounds are coming back stronger than ever, pay attention. You're not being destroyed. You're being refined. But this process isn't for everyone. It demands total surrender. Because one thing must be clear. You cannot become something new while clinging to what you once were. Paracelsus, one of the greatest alchemists in history, was rejected, discredited, called crazy. Isaac Newton spent years in isolation, buried in texts on alchemy and the occult, trying to understand the secrets of the universe while his mind drifted between genius and obsession. Zosimos of Panopolis, the first known alchemist in Western history, had terrifying visions. In one of them, he saw his own body being torn apart, undone, reduced to nothing, only to be reborn in a purified form, as if recreated by divine fire itself. Does that scare you? It should, because crossing this portal means there's no turning back. You can't carry your old beliefs into the new reality. You can't transform while still clinging to the old version of yourself. If you want a new life, you must be ready to let the old one burn. What's holding you back? Fear? Attachment to who you've always been? The illusion of control? Everything must die before it can be reborn. This is the law of alchemy. The second portal, internal illumination, albedo, the purification of consciousness. The chaos has passed, but something inside you is still burning. You feel like you're no longer the same person. There's a strange silence where certainty used to be. The old identity has been burned away, and now all that remains is emptiness. But this emptiness is not a mistake. It's necessary. This is the second portal, internal illumination. The fire of Negredo consumed what needed to go. Now comes purification. But purification doesn't mean everything will immediately feel light and peaceful. Number first, you need to learn to be with this new version of yourself, without distractions, without masks, without escape. The ancients called this phase albedo, the moment when darkness begins to make way for light. But this light doesn't come from outside. There are no more ready-made answers, no more borrowed truths. Everything you need to know has been inside you all along. The problem is, you never knew how to listen. Your whole life, the world has taught you to seek answers outside yourself. Books, gurus, opinions, dogmas. You were trained to believe that truth comes from something or someone beyond you. But the wise ones of Egypt already said, true knowledge does not come from outside, but from inner silence. And that is exactly what this portal demands of you. Silence. But understand, silence is not just the absence of sound. True silence is internal. It happens when you finally stop running from yourself. When you sit down, close your eyes, and face everything that is still inside you. All the fears, all the doubts, all the voices implanted in your mind that you believed were your own. Have you ever noticed how your mind never stops? How it bombards you with endless thoughts, memories, projections, judgments? It never gives you peace because it was programmed to keep you distracted. But now distraction no longer works. You have passed through the fire. There's nothing left to hold on to. Now either you face your own consciousness or you remain trapped in the echoes of the past. Close your eyes, breathe, just observe. Don't try to fight the thoughts. Don't try to silence them by force. Just watch. Because the more you observe, the more you realize that these thoughts are not you. They are echoes of your old identity, remnants of what has already burned away. But now you no longer need to react to them. You can simply watch them pass. And in that moment, something shifts. You realize that you are not the voice in your head. You are not the memories, the traumas, the doubts. You are the one who observes it all. And when this understanding settles in, a deep clarity arises, a lightness, as if an invisible weight has been lifted. This is what purification means. It's not about being perfect or never having negative thoughts again. It's about no longer identifying with them. Are you ready to move forward? Now that you know what to stay away from, you're one step closer to aligning with your highest energy and manifesting your best life. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with someone on their spiritual journey,